No job is perfect. As much as you want it to be, as much as you study and learn, as much as you practice, no job will be perfect.
This video is brought to you by Yellow Jacket.
When I first started out as an HVAC technician, I started soaking up knowledge after I got past that lazy period where I was, I guess, too dumb to start learning or just wanted to come to work, get paid, and go home. There was a period of time where that was me. And then I started to learn a little bit, and I got intrigued by the field of the trades and started to soak up information, go on YouTube and learn from a lot of you guys probably watching this video as well over the last 15 years plus, maybe. Let's see, we're in 2025, so yeah, it's over 15 years. That's crazy to think, actually. But while I was learning, I picked up a lot of information. I learned about a lot of things I was doing incorrectly, and this applies to stuff that I'm doing now with restoring tools. It applies to HVAC, electrical. It applies to everything in your life. So that's pretty useful information then. It's not vague at all. So you learn information, you get better and better at something, and you go to a job. Like I would go to a service call or an installation or a change out, and I would want to make it perfect. I'd want to just make sure the airflow was good, make sure the cooling capacity was good, but you just can't get perfect pretty much out of anything because there's going to be limitations. And the limitations, number one, will be money. Someone will only pay X amount of money. So they'll only do so much. And you have to kind of get over the fact that you can't do more than they're going to pay for, even if you feel compelled to by your conscience. You're just going to have to suppress that and get over yourself because you can only do what they want you to do. It's their stuff. You can't do more than they want unless you're going to pay for it yourself, and that makes you an idiot. You don't want to do that. You do not want to do that. If it works perfectly and you got paid half of what you should, you failed because you're supposed to be making money. That's the whole point of this. We're not going out here for fun. We might enjoy it, but it's supposed to be making money. I was just working on restoring a Jorgensen miter saw. That's what I was doing the last hour here when I was thinking about this video. And now this is not a miter saw like you're gonna plug it in, womp, womp, womp. That's how they sound, by the way. That's how a miter saw sounds. This is a manual miter saw with just a regular saw, which you go back and forth with, old school style, except you can adjust it for mitering certain cuts. I wanted to restore it so I could sell it in my tool shop. So I was looking at it. I start clearing things off. I have a process for cleaning metal that's all rusted up. I mean, there's different processes. There's evapor rust, which you just set it in and let it work. But sometimes you're just gonna do it manually. Get out some sandpaper, start with a really coarse grit, and then work your way down to a fine grit so you don't have these scratch marks all over your stuff. So I was working with that, and I cleared off this old blade, which is pretty brown when I started. And it started to shine in certain spots, and some spots were kind of, we'll call it patina. What's the nice way to put it? And I got done with it. I said, well, I'd love this whole blade to be shiny. And I like the chrome on top to be shiny. I like everything to be shiny. But this saw is only worth X amount of dollars. Let's say it's worth 40 bucks to sell. And you're gonna spend 5 hours shining it up? That's a loss of money. You have to know where to draw the line. What makes sense? And it's not a bad job is what you're doing. You're just doing your job. Knowing when to shut it off, when to say, okay, that's what you get for X amount of dollars, that's what you get for X amount of time, and this is where it makes sense, and if I go any farther, it doesn't make sense any longer. You have to learn where to cut things off and accept that you're not going to be able to do everything exactly like you want it to. I would love to restore tools all day, shine up screwdrivers that are worth a nickel, and just make them look beautiful, but it doesn't pay the bills. You have to calculate which things are going to work and which things won't work. And only experience and time and talking to people that have been there for a while will get you that knowledge. So don't hesitate to do that. I was just thinking about this. I hope you guys are having a good day out there. So just comment back what you think about this. What have you learned in your life, various trades and activities, whatever job you have, you can apply this to no matter what it is, pretty much. So let me know what you think. God bless all of you, and I'll see you on the next one. Order supplies from the website that's made for the skilled trades. Find thousands of parts from hundreds of brands in just a couple clicks at SupplyHouse.com. SupplyHouse.com gives you 24/7 access to a huge selection of plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with fast delivery anywhere in the U.S. Need help with an order? Get industry-leading after-sales service from their friendly and knowledgeable customer support team and talk to a real person every time. supplyhouse.com.